Thanks for joining us today. I'm Kira Seaman, and I'm the featured artist in Westwood Public Library's Art Gallery this month. I'm so glad you joined us because I'm going to share with you my beautiful Peruvian photos that I took on a once-in-a-lifetime vacation to Machu Picchu and Lima, Peru. So we held a bloom party on Monday in conjunction with my Peruvian photography. And what the premise is that you take flowers and you create an arrangement that interprets the art. So if, for example, the art has a lot of blue or red colors, you would maybe want to use some blue or red flowers. You're also trying to look to interpret the shape of the art and also maybe textures. So I'd like to just discuss briefly that I had this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to go with other alumni from my high school to Machu Picchu, Peru. I was born and raised in Hawaii, and so was Hiram Bingham III. And he is the man who's credited with discovering Machu Picchu in the Common Era in 1911. So my exhibit at the library features different sections. I have an alpaca section. I also have in my exhibit at the library a Peruvian people section. I have an archaeological site section. I have something called Nazca lines. These are these amazing lines in the sand in the Nazca Desert. So I also have a Peruvian food display. I have some beautiful miscellaneous Peruvian wall art that I saw, and that sort of rounds out the exhibit. So now that you have an overview, I'd like to discuss really some of the really highlights of the art exhibit and the photos that we chose to interpret with our Art in Bloom event. So let's start with Machu Picchu. Machu Picchu means old mountain. And despite its remote location, it continues to draw tourists from around the world, having safely secured its status as one of the most recognizable and photographed ancient sites in the world. And I am proud to say I added my photography to the world's collection of Machu Picchu. For our Machu Picchu sculpture, the way we created it with Art in Bloom, we used some beautiful whites. Did you notice it's a canopy of whites? And then I brought a very special type of foliage called Dusty Miller. And then I brought black calla lilies, that beautiful sort of almost tubular flower. Believe it or not, the black is actually an extremely dark purple. So I thought that one came out absolutely beautiful. We were interpreting a couple of these photos with Art in Bloom. So this one here that I'm holding has also little lambs, and this one here is the alpacas. For this, we also used white carnations. Again, we're trying to look at the texture of the alpaca fur, and the carnation has that little crinkly shape to it and feel, and it really was a pretty match for what we were doing. Also, if you look at this picture, this was beautifully interpreted with the Art in Bloom with those big orange daisies that have that dark center. This was absolutely beautiful, and it really interpreted the art, in my opinion, from the shapes and the colors and the textures. And so I think that was a good job. Now I have another photo that I'd like to show you that we interpreted in Art in Bloom. So this here was taken at our alumni farewell dinner. This was in San Francisco Monastery in Cusco. And I happened to notice when I looked down at my plate, there's this beautiful reflection of the crucifix that was hanging on the wall over the dinner table. So this came out particularly well in Art in Bloom. I am truly stunned how Rick, our florist, delivered the most perfect flower colors. They literally, to me, match the purples and this beautiful gold color. When you see this flower in Art in Bloom, and you look at the flowers, a lot of them are alstroemeria. The common name for those is Peruvian lilies, that we thought just had an extra match to this whole thing, and it made it really special. So I'd like to just say that the next one we're going to take a look at is an open air market, and we actually interpreted a couple of photos from this open air market. It was in the town of Pisac, and that's the easternmost part of the Sacred Valley. This is one that Trisha and I were just thrilled to try to do with flowers because we really thought the little owl with his eyes would really be cute to interpret with flowers. And as you see here in the finished product, we used sunflowers. This came out absolutely beautifully, and we also used those alstroemeria, which are those Peruvian lilies I discussed. And you know, Rick again really came through for us in a big way. It's the exact color, in my opinion, of some of this. So again, I couldn't be more pleased, and I hope everybody enjoys those. So I'd like to go to my next one. This is a really fun private performance that the alumni were given at this very famous hacienda called the Hacienda Sarapampa, and it was in the Urubamba Valley. So this here is this beautiful picture of a marinera dancer, and this is a paso horse, a Peruvian paso horse. The marinera dance is Peru's national dance. Known for their delicate and unique steps, the paso horse dances while the woman mimics its movements. So I'd like to then continue on to show you another really beautiful image that we interpreted with our Art in Bloom. This is a floor-to-ceiling stained glass window, and it's of the mountain that you may recall is Machu Picchu, as I discussed earlier. This was absolutely stunning. It was in the Aranwa Hotel, which is in Urubamba, and that's in the Sacred Valley. Now, I thought that the flowers were totally perfect for this. I happen to love those yellow orchids with that little dark center, and all the other flowers I thought were just that vibrant pop of color, and they really looked amazing. So we're coming now to another favorite image that we interpreted through Art in Bloom. This is not actually color corrected at all. In Peru, you see really vibrant colors. And this here is prickly pear cocktail. And this in here is cherimoya. Cherimoya is an amazing rainforest fruit. And this came with a little appetizer, a little shrimp tower, they called it, with this amazing, really colorful sauce. So I thought that the Art in Bloom for this was absolutely beautiful, trying to mirror the amazing colors and even including the alstroemeria. Have you noticed this is Peruvian lily? So that was really beautiful for that effect there. I'd like to then now go on to the last one, which is a really beautiful photo, one of my favorites here. Do you see this? It's a beautiful, like rainbow colored fountain. So this was in Lima. Lima is the capital and the largest city of Peru. And did you know it's the third largest city in the Americas behind Sao Paulo and Mexico City? So I thought this was a particularly excellent Art in Bloom because did you notice how the bird of paradise in the back, they actually kind of intertwine them so they make a vertical shape. I also thought they had the most beautiful blue flower, the purple, just exactly mirroring the image. I really was absolutely stunned at the effect, so I hope you enjoyed it too. So I'd like to go to our very last one, which is the beautiful wall art. I found this little street in Miraflores, and it had maybe 30 most stunning wall art murals. This one really caught my eye, and I knew this would be a hit at the library because it's a little girl reading a book, and the bird brings like the key to the book. So I loved how this Art in Bloom project worked out. I thought that the colors looked beautiful, and I even found a little tiny fake bird in a craft store that I thought could put the finishing touch on that one. So I'd like to just thank you for tuning in today. Thank you to Westwood Public Library for giving me the most amazing opportunity to share my Peruvian photos with everybody. I would like to thank again Director Trisha Perry for being so amazing and helping me with the Art in Bloom event that I discussed. Thank you again to Rick Canale of Exotic Flowers and the Friends of the Westwood Public Library for helping us fund this. I'd also like to thank Westwood Media Center because without that, without you guys, we couldn't do this. So thank you again so much. I hope you have a chance to come down and look at the exhibit, and that's it for now. Thank you.